Okay, hey guys. So the intro for Mr. James. Close your eyes. Okay, this I don't know why. It's interesting. I have great trouble in remembering these lines. The main thing is the chords, boom, and then the hand. What position you're going to have it in. So basically, your picking hand is going to be thumb doing the bass notes, and think of those first three fingers assigned to three strings. So for example, on the first chord, which is a D, sus2 and to a D. So we're dealing with a 4-string chord, so your thumb is assigned to the root note, the open D string, and your fingers 1, 2, 3 are assigned to the G string, B string, and top E string. Yeah. So your hand is in this position, and it's doing minimal movement because the fingers are all in place, ready to pluck when needed. So we've got now going to the chords, and then we'll put it together. Like I said, the first chord, D sus2, yeah, so that's a D with the second finger raised, so open top E string. Then we've got this G, and you can see I'm not bothering to put the first finger down. Just second, third, and fourth all in the 3rd fret. Then second and 4th fingers come off. 3rd finger is the anchor finger. It stays on the 3rd fret, the B string. But now the chord is an A. I guess we don't. Oh, hang on. Yeah, so we do go to this, don't we? I told you, sorry, I do find it difficult to remember. So now the chord, we've gone from this G, yeah, which is just these 3 fingers in the 3rd fret. 2nd and 4th finger come up, come off, leaving just the 3rd finger, 3rd fret, the B string. And what changes is which strings you pluck, yeah, with this hand. So now when you go to this A, and this is an A sus4 basically, the thumb plucks the open A string, and fingers 2 and 3 pluck the top 2 strings, the B and the top E string. Then you have the resolution from the sus4 chord to the, well, it's a dominant 7. It's an A7 basically. But instead of the, as you were doing on the sus4, and the thumb plucks the same string, the A string, but instead of fingers 2 and 3 plucking the top 2 strings, now we have fingers 1 and 2 plucking the G and B string. So we go from this, which is plucking strings 5, 2 and 1, thumb plucks the A string again, and then, as far as I can remember, the thumb and fingers 1 and 2 pluck. So we're plucking strings 5, 3, and 2 at the same time. So that's the first part. We've got this. Oh, and I should say, this starts with, so you're starting in a D sus2 shape, and you're plucking the G string. Then you're plucking the D and the B string. And then you're on the top E string, going from 0 fret to 2nd fret. Then you got your G chord. Then you got your A sus4 root note, and then the A7, yeah, which is strings 5, 3, and 2. And then you've got the first part is the same, but then you have that descending bass line. So we've got the G chord as we did before, then 2nd fret of the low E string, and then I forgot. Then it goes, this is apparently a typical James Taylor thing that he likes to do. which basically involves minimal movement. Okay, so he's gone from the G, 2nd fret of the low E string, and it's taking us down to a E minor 7. Now, all that's happened in terms of this hand is we've gone from this G, which is just these 3 fingers, then the 1st finger goes there, 2nd fret, and then, like last time, yeah, all fingers come off except the 3rd finger, which stays on. So that's been constant, hasn't it? All the way through we've had this anchor. Stays on the 3rd fret of the B string, and when you get down here, you're plucking strings 6, 2 and 1, and that gives you an E minor 7. And then, what do you hear? And then, oh God, I'm sorry, I can't remember. But I do know, don't worry, I do know the chord that it goes to, I just can't remember exactly what he plucks. But you've got this, and the movement you want here is the only thing you've got on the fretboard is the 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. I think it probably does that. You pluck that E minor 7, then maybe there's just a bass note and the thumb just plucks the A string, because the next chord is an A7. Now what you're going to do is, and you hear he does a little strum there. Remember that thing I was talking about of his very gentle bass strum style? Thumb and 1st finger. Well, after he's done this pluck on the on the E minor 7, yeah, which is string 6, 2 and 1, you're going to move from just this 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the B string to the 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the B string, and I would put my, I don't even know if he does, but I would, just in case you hit the string and you don't want the wrong note, I would put my 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the D string as well. So hopefully you recognise that as an A7, and then you just hear this very gentle strum, probably only getting the top 3 strings, but you might hit that 4th string. So that's why I'm putting that 1st finger down. So all in all, we've got... I laugh because I keep forgetting it. Yeah. And then the verse starts, then he starts singing. Okay, so that was my slightly scrappy intro. I'm sorry, I just can't keep James Taylor stuff in my mind. It just doesn't stick. But that is the basis of it, and I did only get one thing wrong, or I might not have got it wrong. But I'll stop talking about it now. That end bit, I'm not sure. You know, when it goes from there's something in between that and the strum, the A7, and I can't remember what it is, but it'll be good for you to work it out, and you can tell me what he does. Okay, so that's the intro, and then there's a couple of licks I'll do in separate videos.